Welcome everyone to today's episode of Habits for Your Life for the decade, the Roaring 20s. Very important to have the proper habits because if you don't have the proper habits, how will you know how to measure yourself? How will you know if you are achieving what you need to achieve? Well, first of all, let's look at last year, 2019. What was good about it? What was good about it? Did you help anyone out? Did you join an organization? Did you acquire X amount of money? Did you acquire a new job?
All right, Tijuana's trying to call me.
Might not have the information to log in. But did you acquire a new job? Did you acquire a new business? Were you able to start something new for you or for your family or for your friends? Whatever it is, did you accomplish something good? That's the bottom line. And the more good you did, the better it is for you, for none other than you. That's right. But now we've got to look at the bad. What didn't you do? Why didn't you do it? Was it too much? Was it overwhelming? Was it just simply bad? Well, only you know. And if you know, you've got to talk to someone about it. Does it affect you? Is there a way to be able to accomplish it this year? Or should you just move on? How about the ugly? The ugly. That stuff that you don't want to touch with a 10-foot pole. Let's say that bad relationship you had, that bad communication with your employer, your family member, or some friend, or people that you're toxic relationships. Yeah, that's right. The good, the bad, and the ugly. So now that we've looked a little bit into 2019, something that you need to reflect on, just like I need to reflect on. I make a list of all my accomplishments, and I've shared it with none other than Chris Holder, who you'll be hearing from next week. And a lot of that has been accomplished because of his accountability with me. So here's some of the habits that I believe will get you ahead 2020 and the whole decade. A lot of people are afraid of commitment. Are you too comfortable at your job? Are you an hourly employee? You see, most of us like to do the hourly jobs. We like to do the $10 an hour jobs. What do I mean by this? Well, many of us want to become entrepreneurs, but what does it take? Well, it takes for you to stop doing those 10-hour jobs, doing the clerical, the accounting, the calling, the follow-up, the appointment handling, as well as other logistics involved in businesses. You've got to pass this work on. Maybe you can't afford it right now, but what is your plan to getting there? Maybe you can afford someone for 1 hour a week. Maybe you can afford someone for 10 hours a week. Whatever it is, being afraid of commitments can be ugly. You see, most of us don't like to lose. We freeze. We either fight or we run away. Freeze, fight, and flight. That's what they're referred to. Changing your mind often from doing one thing to the next to the next. That's how it happens. Changing your mind often. No one will take you seriously if you keep changing your mind time and time and time again. You've got to be unafraid of commitment. Let me just get this line here. All right. You've got to be aware that in order for you to make the proper commitments for your life, you've got to understand that the good commitments will make you afraid, will shake you to the ground, will make you want to run away. What are these commitments? I know you've heard of some of them. I'm not here to sell you on them. Some of them are are labeled as MLM. Some of them are labeled as Ponzi schemes. Some of them are labeled as working for somebody else as an entrepreneur. These can be good jobs. They are not necessarily just a job that is you work from 9 to 5, but these are jobs with possibilities, meaning you set your own salary, you set your own hours. You are in control here with the accountability of seniority. It might sound crazy. It might make you feel afraid. You might want to run away. But if you stay and fight the big fight, eventually you'll make the big bucks. You will. It's not easy at the beginning, trying to go out there and become a salesperson. So afraid of committing to some of these jobs that are worthwhile, it's not easy. But it's very easy to commit to McDonald's or the 9 to 5, wherever it may be. It's very easy. But getting out of it means becoming uncomfortable. Don't be afraid of committing to something new and more powerful in your life. Number 2, are you the type of person that likes to win arguments? Are you the type of person that asks questions when they're listening to a talk? Are you the type of person that cannot stand listening to someone else and remaining silent? I know it because I do it at times. I forget at times, but I'm learning the importance of silence because silence is golden. Many people will concentrate on winning arguments versus performance. What's the difference? When you perform, you're asked to bring in $10,000 of sales for the month, for the week. That's performance if you bring it in. But winning an argument is not going to get you any closer to your monetary goal. So make sure that when you're concentrating, that you're not just concentrating on winning an argument, that your performance above all else shows your reliability in the workforce. Number 3, I have stressed this many times over, and many of you on this call have taken me up on this challenge. Accountability. You see, most of us, when we hear of this word, we think of accountability as the first person we meet, the person who works with us, the person who has less than we do, the person who can talk better than we do. Well, an accountable person will keep you accountable if they've accomplished things that you might want to accomplish. Not just necessarily want to hear what they have to say, but they have some type of belt that relates to whatever it is that they're working in. For example, I have belts in investing, stock trading, and insurance. I have belts in health, and some of you know me for that. Karen Fan has invited me to her talks in her class in health. And have I been able to turn people's lives around? You bet. Sharon Fan knows I have a woman that went from size 32 pants down to size 12. I have been able to help and assist people with improving their lives through the insurance industry as well as through the investment in stock trading. So keeping you accountable, it's up my alley. I may not be the most top expert available out there, but I try and deliver according to what your needs are. So make certain that the next time you have someone who's keeping you accountable, ask yourself, is this person right for you? What have they accomplished? Are they going to challenge you into accomplishing something great? Think about that. That's number 3. Number 4, relationships. How many relationships do you have? As a matter of fact, what are the 5 top relationships that you have right now that you plan to keep for the next 20, 30, 40 years? That's right. Which are those relationships? You see, most of us don't have them. Most of us don't have 5 relationships that are worthwhile keeping for the next 10, 20, 30, 40 years. That's right. Make certain that you choose wisely who your friends are. Some of your friends you might have to let go, just like I have. I've had to let go of many. Why? Because they're vampires. All they wanted to do is suck my blood, and I've had too much of that. Remember, there's power in saying no, and that's for another talk. All right? Because that word is very important and it deserves its own space. So don't be afraid to say no to some of these relationships. Number 5, do you like to blame people? Are you always angry? Playing the blame game, very easy. Being angry is easy. You know, I've been trying to get my son to go to a boarding school. It hasn't been easy. So I went to the school yesterday and I told his high school, the the dean and the principal, that I wanted to take him to a boarding school up north near Utah. Well, guess what? They called me today and saying that their legal department said that they can't keep my commitment to taking him to boarding school. Why? Because my son doesn't live with me. I was upset for a moment, but then I took it down a notch. I said, why are you doing this? What are you to gain from this? You see, are you happy having him there? Do you think that will help him more? So playing the blame game is very easy. Being angry was my first reaction, but I toned it down. I thought for a moment. I came under control. So don't think that playing the blame game is going to help you. Instead of playing the blame game, this is number 5. Fix the thing that needs to be fixed. Fix you. How do you fix you? Study yourself. Why do you get angry? Why do you get upset? Why do you like to blame others? Why do you have to look beyond you to get things going? Yes, I know I'm to blame for some of the things in my life, but I'm honest enough to have reached out to people to assist me in making the right decision for my son. Number 6, and I know you've heard this term, mama's boys. Have you heard of them? Do you like to act up? Do you like getting unnecessary attention? Do your feelings get hurt? Sorry, poor baby. You see, my son loves to run to his mom. He's become a mama's boy. He doesn't like me. Why? Because I mean business. Because I'm serious. Because I want the best for him, and he knows it, but he runs away from me because he knows that when I talk, I mean business. So if you're playing the mama's boy or daddy's girl, that game right there, what does that mean? That you're running away from your problems. When are you going to face up to them? Because sooner or later, they're going to come right back. They're going to become bigger. They're going to evade you at the beginning, or you're going to evade them at the beginning, but they're not going to evade you. You're going to find them sooner or later. So you've got to confront them. You don't have to confront them alone. Talk to someone. These are the reasons why we need to keep each other accountable. All right? Number 7, when you're asked to perform at your job and bring that $10,000 a month income, over deliver. Bring 12,000, bring 14,000. Do what it takes, but do more than what it takes. Why? Because that next promotion will come about. You see, when I ask you, how can I help you? Get on my calendar. Let's talk. I might not have all the answers, but I think about what I can offer you, how I can assist you. I like to over-deliver to each of you. I want you to feel that you have someone you can trust, that you have someone you can count on, that you have someone who can coach you through whatever situation you're going through. All right? Don't feel that you're delivering on your own when you can reach out and ask. Because if you ask, you'll receive. You see, one of my mentors said this same question when he was an employee at a hotel. And this person, my friend, my mentor, told this person, "Hey, how can I help you?" He said, "I don't know if you can help me." "Why?" "Because you're just an employee and I'm a lawyer." I said, "Well, try me." Well, my friend helped him. His question, the lawyer's question was, "I have a son who's in this jail. Can you come and see him with me?" And my mentor said yes. He went to see him. Not only did he go and see him, but he helped to change this boy's life around. And you know what this lawyer did? He cried on his shoulders. He offered him his #1 contact and at his disposal. And what did he do? My mentor contacted one person who led him to another person, who led him to another person, who led him to invest in his company millions and millions of dollars. So remember, whatever it is that you want, it's not far from your reach. But if you're not asking the right people, how will you know? But not only that, are you helping the right people? You never know until you try. So how can I help you? That's what we're here for. Because if I know you're getting ahead, then I know that I will get ahead. Number 8, have you planned to get out of debt? Because I know it's easy to get into debt, and I know it's easy to go shopping. My wife loves to shop, and she hates me right now because I got one of her best friends to give her a mug that says, "I'm a shopaholic, but I love to help the economy." Or what does it say? "I'm not a shopaholic because I love to help the economy." Does this fit you? Getting out of debt fits me. It hasn't been easy, but I'm almost out of debt compared to where I used to be. 6-figure debt. I'm down to 2 digits, and I'm soon going to be down to 1. Why? Because I've been working on it, pounding away. But at the same time, number 9 is just as powerful. How much did you save today? How much did you save last week? Most people are not saving money. Why? Because it eats away into their commitment. Why? Because you haven't planned it out properly. When are you planning to save? Most people don't plan to save money. But if you plan to save money, who is it for? It could be for you, it could be for your family, it could be for a future business that you might be planning to invest in. When are you planning to save money? I challenge each and every one of you to save by the 1st of February. Set a challenge. Have you saved $100? If the answer is yes, have you saved $500? If the answer is yes, have you saved 1,000? If the answer is still yes, then go to 5,000, 10,000, 20,000, 100,000. You see, this year I have a goal to save 6 figures. 6 figures. Is it easy? No, it's not easy because it's easier to spend it. And yes, I have to invest some money right now in getting my son to the proper programs, but it's not an expense. It's an investment for his future. So don't confuse your needs with your wants. If you need me to explain that, we can go into detail in another conversation. But I tell you, these are simple habits. These are basic habits, but they need to be applied over and over again. Now, tomorrow, I will put a card in let me see who's on this call. Let's see. All right. I think that's Tijuana on there on the phone number. So I will send each of you a card that sends me a private message with a reminder of each of these habits. And if you need to develop them further, get on a call, whether it's with me or with somebody else. Don't be afraid, because you're not going to develop yourself all the way through. You're going to need some guidance. You're going to need some different perspective, whatever it may be. We've got to work and help each other out. Every time I talk to each and every one of you, you help me as much as I help you. Believe it. I am grateful for each and every one of you. Each of these habits require you to do them for a minimum of 66 days before you seriously implement them. Yes, I've heard of the 21-day implementation, but in reality, it takes a little bit longer than 21 days. Psychologically, maybe 21, but in reality, it takes 66 days. So let's do this together, all right? Now, before we go from this call, I just want to unmute the call and just make sure that each and every one of you, if you have anything to say, you're free to say it right now, all right? Anyone have any questions or anything they want to add?
Hey, David, it's Trudy. So number 10, what was number 10 again?
No, it's only number 9. Save.
Oh,
Number 9.
I guess I made a list long before you got there.
That's
Okay,
fine,
so
that's fine.
I have accountability starting out. What was 1 and 2?
So number 1 was afraid of commitment.
Okay.
All right. Number 2 is winning arguments versus performance.
Okay.
All right. Number 3 is accountability.
Yeah, I have the other ones. I just, by the time I started writing, I couldn't remember what I had missed.
So I just want to go over the other ones really quickly.
Okay, sure.
If you're asking, somebody else might need them as well. So number
Sure.
4 is relationships. Your top 5 relationships. Number 5, fixing yourself versus playing the blame game or angry at someone else. Study yourself. Number 6, mama's boys or daddy's girl. Your feelings get hurt easily. Number 7, practice over delivering. Number 8, getting out of debt. If you need help with getting out of debt, guess what? I'm an expert in that. All right? I've gone through it. Number 9, saving money. I'm also going through that. I have saved well over 6, closer to 7 figures. However, I'm starting all over again. So I'm up to 5 figures as well. All right? So if you need to save money and you need a viable plan, or you need to get out of debt, you need to know how to do it, talk to me. All right? Those are my expertise skills. Trudy, anyone else? Anybody else? Let's see. Great. All right, gang. I want to thank each and every one of you for making it to this call. I am really appreciative of having you all here. I know that you have many things to do, and I don't want to make it overwhelming and do hourly calls. I want to make them succinct, powerful, so that you get something in return and that you can apply to your life. So every other week, I'm going to have some of these calls. In the next 2 weeks, I'm going to break these habits down into more specific strategies. So stay tuned as they come in, as Wednesdays will be our way of building a better 2020 lifestyle. By the end of February, within the next 3 weeks, we're going to build a plan for the whole new year. If you don't have a plan, we're going to work on it so that you have a more empowering plan for your life as well as your family. All right? If you don't have any questions, if you need to unmute yourself, you can unmute yourself manually. But if you don't have any questions, I'll give you a second. Anyone with more questions? Yes, no? Great.
No,
Well,
not at this time.
thank you to Juana, Trudy,
Bye.
Giselle, Fern, Sharon, and everybody else who's on this call. Thank you very, very much. I really love you all. Thank you for making it on this call. And
Love you
until
too,
next
David.
week, next Wednesday, we have Chris Holder. Next Wednesday, not Tuesday. We're moving the mastermind to Wednesday for next week. All right? So, everyone, many more blessings to you. Thank you, and look out for that posting. If you send me a message, I will send you the flyer of the 9 habits you need for 2020 and the whole decade. Thank you, everyone. God bless you more.
God bless you. You're welcome. Bye, everyone.
Judy,
Thank
Giselle,
you. Thank you.
and everyone.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye. Have a good night.
Bye.
Good night.